Hi, I wanted to make a review of this product called ReadBright. I haven't seen any YouTube videos on this or actually any reviews on this at all, and I think it's a great program. So when I first started teaching my son how to read, I was very confused. There was so much information out there, and so what I had done is I taught my son the alphabet and the names of the letters. But I was confused actually with step one of just teaching him the letter sounds because I knew that some letters made multiple sounds. So I reached out to my cousin who told me to get this book. And so I got this book, and it's actually an older book, and it explains the rules of phonics, and that was great. It actually told me to use this workbook that's not available anymore, and so I actually used this, and I realized that I was supposed to be teaching him the sounds, the vowels, so the short vowel sounds. So I realized that much, and I was able to teach him the short vowel sounds. So A, I, E, I, O, A, U, So I did that much, taught him the short vowel sounds and the sounds of all of the letters of the alphabet. But after that, I was pretty confused about what to do. So even with this book, it told me to start teaching him words like mat or cat or sat. So I realized later on those are called consonant words. And so I was looking for workbooks and to practice doing that. And so I found this workbook, this product right here, called the ABC Blending Workbook. And I did this with my son while still going over the names of the letters and the sounds. And we did this workbook, and it's made by ReadBright, and I just bought it individually, and you can buy all of their products individually or in bundles. So I really like that. So yeah, it has sight words, and so this one's called the ABC Out of Order, and it's for review. Now you can get one that's in order to teach your child the alphabet. So we did this whole book, and my son really liked this. So here's the consonants, and it actually, not the consonants, what am I talking about? The contents. I've been doing homeschool too much. So this is the table of contents, and my son learned a lot from this book. So they did sight words, and we introduced sight words, and he learned quite a few sight words from this book, and he got practice with all the letter sounds and reading sentences in this way, and figuring out, the sounds of the letters. And so it included a lot of sight words, and then included these review pages, and I used these as a way to realize what my son knew and didn't know. So after we finished this book, I was actually interested in a program called the Phonics Museum because I classically educate my son. And I was really intrigued by it, but they wouldn't allow you to buy products individually, and I couldn't find a lot of I wasn't able to see inside the program. And from the reviews, it seemed like it was going to be really complicated, and that's not what I was wanting at all. So I went to this website again, and I looked at their reading program. So, and that's when I got this. And I think this is great. And I think you could definitely use this if you're classically educating your children, because it uses this approach called a structured and systematic phonetic reading program. So it's chronological, it's structured, it's systematic, and I think that's what classical education is all about. Now, the books that it comes with, they're very modern. They're just short, little, simple stories. There's not much depth to the stories at all, but I don't think that's something you need to be doing at this level anyways. I think it's all about just trying to introduce the concepts that need to be introduced, and reviewing that and it being able to compile in your child's mind in a way that they can understand. So it's what you do in this is these are the 3 categories that they introduce in this, and there's 1, 2, and 3. And so this was actually like a prerequisite to this program. So the kid in the middle would read what I talked about earlier, the consonant, vowel, consonant words. So they call it the kid in the middle. So like cat, mat, sat, stuff like that. And I needed to introduce these, and that's why one of the reasons why I was looking at this program also is because I knew I needed to introduce digraphs, which was talked about in this book. But I just didn't want to use this because it just was just older, and I needed something more like this. And then introduces blends, so it shows you an example of what that is. What's really interesting about this, it has correlating readers that go with this. So this whole thing is color-coded that go with these. Before I show you into this book, I'm going to show you the readers. So like, let me show you the blue readers. So each reader introduces a phonics skill. So like this one's short A sound, and those are the sight words. And so it shows you on the front page here. And it's just very neat, and I love the way it's so systematic. My son was very excited reading this because he was actually able to read it and understand, and he was very excited. So this is this book. This is the first reader. And then I like this a lot because, you know, they always want to guess the word, guess what they're reading instead of actually reading it. You know, they want to guess the picture. So, more review. And so, it has, these are all the stories. And so, like, this it's saying, this is the story we're reading on the mat. But this is the chart for all the books. So, the next one is the pit. Then there's the skill and the sight words. And so on and so on. And then these would be, show you the back, the chart for the digraphs. It has a skill and the sight words. And I just think that's great that they have a book for each skill that they want the child to learn. I think that's great and really organized. And I really like that. Here's the one for the blends. And so I had talked about vowels and consonants with my son. He didn't really know them that well. So I was really happy to see what this book starts with. And